The Surfer is a brand new film starring Nicolas Cage. This premiered at a film festival, either South by Southwest or another one that is based somewhere off Texas. I don't know exactly what film festival, but it did premiere in 2024 and it got a wider release in 2025, so I'm considering it a 2025 film. And like I said, the lead performer is Nick Cage, and I heard a lot of good on this film, including performances and plot and everything. It kind of plays out as an art house film ish, but it's more of a dark comedy, slight drama, and obvious wacky performance from Nick Cage himself. So what we have going on here is not exactly sure if this is an Australian production, but it takes place in Australia, and a lot of the characters in it are Australian, other than Nick Cage. And he's buying a house on a basically a beach town resort kind of thing, and he's well off, and he's buying a house here. He's waiting for a call from his broker, whoever it is, and he wants to take his son to this beach to go surfing, which he used to do when he was younger because he was born in Australia but moved to the United States and lived most of his life in the United States. And this is like his childhood nostalgia kind of thing coming out. So he wants to take his son surfing in this location that he remembers being a kid living at. And there's a bunch of locals, and the locals don't like outsiders at all, and they make this exceptionally clear. And the film just plays out with, it sounds kind of like a simple premise, and they're bullying him essentially, and they're saying like, unless you live here, you can't surf here. But it escalates into really crazy and goofy and chaotic places, and it's a really, really interesting script with a lot to think about too as the film progresses into its second and third act. It it really is a different movie for the first like hour, I'd say, and this film clocks in at about an hour and 40 minutes. Sorry, and it got to a point where by an hour and 10, an hour and 20 minutes roughly, I'm like, okay, it's starting to hit a lull, and I'm wondering like what else they can do with this because it just seems to be dragging on now, and it seems like this would be a good time to just end the story. But we got like another 25 minutes going, so I'm like, what are they going to put in here that's interesting? Because this is starting to seemingly get boring, kind of thing. But they pay it off, and they do well. So definitely, I could say they could trim a good 8 to 10 minutes off of this movie easily and make it like an hour and a half. But they do pay the story off and the film off really well in a sense where it does wrap up meaning a lot, and you can tell what the director was going for. Does that mean it is still too long? I would say yes, but at least it did not, just lull right to the end and like, oh my god, you can shave a whole like half hour off of this film kind of thing. It definitely had a point, and it definitely delivered in what it was trying to do. But there was a good 5 to 10 minutes there where it dragged a lot, and I think a lot of people will lose interest there. And I heard a lot of people talking about this film where they did lose interest, like they said it was really good until it wasn't, kind of thing. I really had a good time with this film. I enjoyed everything other than that 5 to 10 minutes of getting really slow. I thought I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5, and I really enjoyed everything pretty much about it, at least 99% of it. Nick Cage is amazing. He's hilarious. A lot of the characters are insufferable. A lot of the bully characters and the villainous characters. The quote unquote leader of the group that's, local and keeping everybody else out, he can definitely go into piece of shit territory. And there's a lot of things about him that when he starts to develop his character, really hits piece of shit territory for sure. And you just start to feel so sorry for not just Nick Cage, but a lot of other non-locals that come in throughout. And it's really like makes you feel the emotion, like imagining yourself in that situation kind of thing. And it really goes into some dark places, but always comedic in a sense, and always not lighthearted but funny, like really like kind of just humorous places, like almost slapstick, but it's not like it's not a depressing film. I would say it's thought provoking, and it's definitely metaphorical for a lot of things when it comes to life. But it is really entertaining, and it's really well written, and it's well performed, and it's well executed. I really really like The Surfer, so 4.5 out of 5. I recommend it strongly, and it's streaming. It's going to stream now or soon. I know it's still playing in reserve theaters, but if it's not streaming now, it will be soon. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's worth checking out. So very very high on The Surfer right now, and I heard good things, and I was very impressed. So go check it out for yourself if it sounds good, and subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.